like that, but
I be wondering how you kick somebody that hard and you ain't hurt.
Bro, I was watching that shit.
hurt.
You ain't hurt?
Nigga, yes, they
that
hurt.
shit has to hurt.
It got hurt.
I found this at I grew up.
And I bet that had cost you $200.
I can't see your face. Who are you?
My people is stabbing us in the back. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the people that we call brother and sister, king and queen.
So where
Every
you at
day's
is
in the
where it's
pool.
at?
I'm 45 years old.
I'm just saying, so where you at is where it's at? Can't get better?
How much change are you going to get?
Ain't that submissive?
Go.
Hey, how y'all doing, man? Welcome back to All Facts, you know what I mean?
Bird, where your voice?
Man, I lost it.
Did you?
Yeah.
What was you doing?
In the dice game.
Oh yeah, you can lose it that way.
I lost
You
in
can
that
lose a
dice
lot
game.
more than your voice in that dice game
lost.
too.
I was playing some young street punks.
Oh yeah, that'll
Right?
do it.
And
Yeah.
they was yelling.
Right.
So they was winning. So
Oh,
I said, you know what?
Yep.
If I start yelling,
I could probably come back.
and I did.
You came back?
I came back and lost my voice.
But did you win your money?
Was it
I
worth it?
got my money back. About an extra little, $80.
I'll lose my voice if I can win my money back.
I got my money back and like extra $80. Got some gas and some Hawaiian
I'm with that.
And some
Yes,
Hawaiian
sir.
food.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, so hey, look, check it out. Well, we had May 4th, man. We had the beginning of the month, and
Yeah.
it's pre-Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, it's
Pre-Cinco de Mayo.
So if you ain't got nothing to do tomorrow and you ain't got no work, 'cause some people get it off.
For Cinco?
Yeah, it's almost like it's a holiday.
I don't think
They on the West Coast.
they're not giving you Juneteenth off. They ain't giving you Cinco de Mayo.
No, you getting Juneteenth off. Juneteenth national
Juneteenth,
holiday
yeah.
now.
You get-
Trump might miss.
You ain't getting
Trump
that off no more.
Trump, can we keep?
I don't think
can
you
we
getting
keep the
that off.
19th
Juneteenth
of
you
June?
do.
Are you still getting that off? He didn't take that away?
Yep, no. It's here to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
see, look.
But Cinco de
Shout
Mayo, no.
We just learned
Shout
something.
out.
All right, so hey, right before we get in, let me
Go
go
back.
back. Hey, y'all back with Bird, man. I keep my guy A with me. Y'all already know what it is. We got the Mac Attack. He back
on,
in the
baby.
building with us. And we got a special guest. We got Miss Jenifer Brown. All right, a student. No, she's a vice student.
Advisor.
Right?
She's an advisor.
Student advisor,
A
native student advisor.
Right?
Say that again.
Native student advisor.
Native.
So
Okay.
for the native students
For the
specifically.
natives.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Look, hey, and today we got intelligence.
Right.
Y'all, that's good it is.
Shout out to Jen, man. Appreciate you coming
Thank you.
through.
Please,
All
please.
Facts Podcast.
Thank you.
All right.
So I'll teach us something good today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So check it out. Before we get started, man, we was talking about UFC,
Yeah.
right? And I, most ladies I ain't never heard like it, but
Right.
Yeah, you
Right.
said you like
she said she
UFC.
like the UFC.
I love it.
Who's your favorite UFC fighter?
I don't have that to tell you, but I mean, I love it just because it's like raw. It doesn't seem like it's scripted.
Man, I feel that.
The kicks, the blood,
But
you know.
I'm with the blood.
I don't like it.
You don't like the blood?
Come on, cuz. How you gonna be with the Bloods?
You gotta be with the cuz and the blood. You gotta be with the blood. I'm just saying, blood. Man, I don't know, cuz it's crazy out here.
Nah, but it started though because I was asking her if she likes sports. We watching the basketball game right now, playoff basketball before the podcast started, and she's like, "No, I don't want to get down with sports, but I like fighting. I like UFC." I'm like,
Love it.
"What?" Like,
You used to
that's-
fight a lot when you was younger?
No comment.
Well, let's take
I
it
got
back.
an image to uphold, you know.
We had to.
Yeah.
Man, we didn't. Okay, so our hood didn't look nice,
Right.
but it was the hood.
Okay,
It was
but
the
let me ask you
hood.
It was the
this.
hood.
So
It
you
was
from?
the
You
hood.
a native of Phoenix?
Yep. Born and raised. Born and raised. We grew up together.
Yeah, she with
Oh,
me.
is that right?
Yeah, she with me.
So you a Southside baby?
Yeah.
Oh, word.
So it was like a mix of rough in there a little
Look,
bit.
watch this. My OG.
He said,
Really?
Yeah, this my OG right here.
Well, the way she chewed gum, I knew she was from the hood a little bit, but I didn't know Southside hood. I thought, like, you know what I mean?
Wait, he chew gum?
Yeah, I knew she was from the Jets, but I know she chewed together, like, with her front teeth. You feel me? Like,
Hey, look.
Not all the way back to the molar, but like in between the front and that steak one.
No, man.
You know what I mean? Shout
So
out
it
to
don't get
Jen.
stuck.
Yeah.
Hey, look, that's that. You know, when you teaching,
I'm
people,
sorry.
man, you gotta have that gum chew.
That shit look good as hell though when she chew that good. She like, all the flavor came out that bitch. Damn.
all there.
All there, man.
Shout out to the Southside girls, man. What's happening with y'all? What's happening?
Dude, right, all,
Tap in.
hey, all the time.
All the
You know what I
time.
mean? So yeah, she grew up with me, man. You
Okay.
know, we 19th Avenue kids.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
you know, we come and we had good times over there.
That's right. That's right.
We had bad times because
We had
I'm
bad.
sure, you know, because like
I'm
I said,
sure.
I remember people used to be like, "Man, y'all hood don't look bad."
Right.
And I'll be like,
Yeah.
I
Come at
wouldn't
night.
go outside.
Yeah, come at night though.
I wouldn't go out
Yeah.
there like, hey,
Yeah.
30.
You know, that's
It's
kind
tough
of
out there.
That's kind of a good reference for all hoods, though, right? Like you go to somebody else's hood in another state, you like, this don't really look like the hood. But then when the sun start going down
Different story.
and bodies start coming out, it feel different,
Yeah,
right?
goody-
Than it do in the
goody.
daytime.
Feel that different energy.
Yeah, for sure, that energy change, and I think that's what the when the energy change when the sun go down, that's probably hood, bro.
You know, we had our bad share. Of
Yeah.
Everything bad happening to us.
100%,
Yeah,
bro.
that's true.
Yeah.
You know, we
Hey, but y'all here now. So it don't
Yeah,
matter.
we
You know,
is
y'all
here.
made it.
Well, yeah, no doubt.
So that's how I feel, man.
I love that.
Always a blessing, man. And like I said, she my OG. I ran behind her big. She got a twin brother.
Yeah.
Really?
She got a twin brother.
That was gonna be my next question if you had
Shout out
siblings.
Jerry,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
twin.
yeah.
Okay, Jerry.
All right, yeah, Jerry, man. Hey, look, I cut Jerry here.
Have y'all ever had moments where y'all felt? Cause I got a brother.
Oh, so
we
you go to the shop.
Oh, is that right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, so you know her peoples?
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, not you. I'm talking
I
Abe.
just told you.
Abe, you know her peoples?
No, well, probably if I see him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
you would know.
Abe gonna come at 5 in the morning.
Oh, he
Oh,
come
he a 5 in the morning guy?
I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
cause really, his 5 in the morning crew. He keeps away from
yeah, street punks.
the street punks.
Yeah.
So he must be a solid dude then.
Right,
you
man.
know?
You know, cause look,
I ain't no
I get,
street
I get,
I don't know if
you know,
that-
I got a
He was
slogan.
over at the
Hit it down like
Right.
See, so I got this slogan, man.
Right.
You know, Jay Bird cut your hair, right?
Right.
I take care of the olders.
Right.
At 5 a.m.
That's right.
Street punks
Yeah,
at
good
5 p.m. Yeah.
Who pay better?
Huh?
Who pay better?
I don't know, man. Street punks, man, they been paying good.
That's what I'm saying.
They want, you know
I
what?
feel it.
They want to get sprayed black.
Oh, they like the
Oh,
spray?
they want to
I
spray.
can't do the spray.
You know what I mean? They want to spray.
they buggy.
And they want
like the spray.
I can't do the spray. Abe can tell you.
Hey, and then I like the street punks because 1 or 2 of them, they really got some money, right?
Oh, for sure.
So they be
Yeah.
like, hey, OG, man, let me go and get in front of all them, man. I got 100.
Right. Oh.
I'll be like,
Don't
oh,
get your
man.
cut off.
Yeah,
He get you. He had an appointment.
And he be here. And he
Start
be
using rank.
and he be here properly, right? And he ain't. Hey, I got you, OG. I'm next.
Right.
All cool. Hey,
Right. Right.
He next.
So Jen, wow.
Right.
So, cause you a Southside baby for sure. You a younger Southside baby
I'm a
though.
little
younger,
You're a
yeah.
younger Southside baby though.
Yeah.
I'm a little young.
You know her
I ain't hit the
nephews and
40s
them.
yet.
You ain't 40 yet?
Oh wow.
See,
You a
I'm-
baby,
You're
eh?
young.
See,
I'll be
I ain't a
39 next
baby.
week.
I feel like you be 39?
Yeah.
Okay.
You ain't even 39?
come on, man.
Hey, nephew.
Damn, you said that like I look
No,
old.
I'm just saying, like, cause people been
No,
calling me
like-
Unc lately.
Because you is on.
Right, no doubt. I'm 42.
Trust me, I'm too.
You
I'm
ain't-
42.
I'm no.
Now you can't be
Ancient
Unc
one
till
on
you
the
40.
panel.
Hey, look, I ain't gonna lie.
What?
At this moment in time, you want people calling you Unc?
They already doing it.
What?
I
You don't get to choose.
So
You don't choose, bro. That's
So you gonna let them Shannon Sharp you?
absolutely. But I
Shannon
ain't
Sharp
no
is
Shannon
everybody
Sharp.
uncle though.
I ain't no Shannon Sharp though. I'm a little.
Too.
Hey, look,
You gonna
Shannon
let
Sharp. I ain't no Shannon Sharp. I'm trying to find me a submissive. You know what I'm
You
saying?
want a submissive? 'Cause
Yeah, I
that-
want to
'cause
find
that's
me a
what the
submissive.
conversation about.
He ain't finding the right women in his
She
life.
was submissive
Okay.
Who was submissive?
at first.
No. Oh, yeah. Right. You're right. I think she played the role, but she ain't submissive. Submissive is it? Because
That's
you
a
deal.
role.
Time out. Because that's Jen deals with. Can you explain it a little better? I don't want to say it wrong.
Right, please.
Disclaimer.
Say it.
Disclaimer. This is from my own experience.
Yeah.
And from what I've seen in families growing up, online. First, what I can tell you is what it's not is all this arguing that's going on online. That's what it's
Oh.
not.
Okay. Can you dig deeper into that real quick? What do you mean by?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't know if it's been like over the past 10 years, 10, 15 years.
Okay.
There's a lot of, and I don't know if y'all have noticed this, but there's a lot of going at each other.
For sure.
There's a
social
lot
media?
of, on social media, everywhere. There's too much talk about who's going to pay for this for me. And I mean, I'm just going to say it. I'm going to just speak. Can I speak frankly?
Please do.
Please. We
You
definitely
have
want this.
the men that seem like they're angry at the woman and they want the woman to do what, it's like flip roles.
Like gender reversal.
Gender reverse. No offense, guys.
Okay.
And I don't even blame you because I feel like a lot of it is coming from, you said it earlier, trauma. And it's all tied together, I'm telling you. So you've got the men and the women. We got mother wounds, we got father wounds. Nobody's trying to heal themselves. They're just trying to get in a relationship. And before, say one ends, there's no healing. Everybody's just jumping to the next person. Just moving from shell to shell like a hermit crab. Just, it's like take a second, breathe, figure out what it is that you want. Because another thing I noticed, and I'm gonna get back to the submissive, it's all connected. What I noticed also is that people get into relationships and they're not a whole person. We were duped growing up where you're taught, well, two halves make a whole. You complete me, and that's false. Because that's why you have a lot of young people killing themselves and stuff like that, if I could say that.
Absolutely. Speak on it.
Because they get broken up with and now life isn't worth living. They want to end it. It's like, now that I'm older, I'm looking back like everything just needs to be unlearned. Just unlearn everything. You need to be working on yourself. You need to be doing self-help, self-care, whether it's professional, something just from online, whatever you got to do, but you got to become a whole person before you get into a relationship.
Oh, yeah.
And nobody's doing that. They really aren't. There's a lot of couples that are arguing. And something I noticed is that a lot of people aren't matched. You just, you saw the red flags at the very, very beginning and you went,
ignored it.
You know, because why? Because you're not a healed person. And you don't want to be by yourself, so you go ahead and get with that person, and you get in the relationship anyway, and next thing you know, there's a lot of arguing.
All right, so can I ask this? Because I noticed a lot of this is going on. I didn't see people meet a person on Friday, and they live together next Friday.
I've seen it.
Yo, that's true.
I've seen it.
How does that happen?
I've seen it.
I ain't ever seen that.
And I've seen marriages happen.
Just like that.
I ain't saying that
Overnight.
fast, but I know what you mean, though.
Yeah. And, excuse me, a lot of people, because nowadays, it's like, I call it the nowadays relationships. Everything, the nowadays advice, the nowadays relationships, it's all weird. It's like Frankenstein craziness. I don't know.
Right.
But with submission, it's like, it's a bigger topic to go into, but it's, to me, it's simple. I know I'm gonna catch flack, but if two people agree on something, so like we were talking earlier, if you live with your husband or your mate or whatever, if you both work, you both should be taking care of each other. It shouldn't be,
100%.
you know, if the man is working, and nowadays the men, I notice, I don't know if it's just our black men or what, but they're working 12 hours and stuff, and they're coming home and they live with somebody. And that somebody isn't making their food, isn't cooking for them because they're going, well, what about me? Everybody's so me. Instead of the love, it's like, okay, you know what? You were working all day and so was I, but I came home sooner than you, I'm gonna make your food. And then I think it should be roles reversed. If the woman, she was at work, even if it was 8 hours, and the guy was home, he should be cooking for her.
Or at least order a DoorDash.
Something?
So
we need something?
So I'm gonna say this because now that you say something, my mind was going.
Yeah, good.
So now I'm thinking like, have you ever noticed that people do that after a while when somebody could have actually taught you that? Like if y'all was really together, you should like, and I don't want to blame us men, but men, you should be teaching your woman how you like it, how you want it. Everybody's different. You might not want your.
That's true.
I agree with that. You have to set. You have to give expectations, right?
So watch this. So we spoil somebody, right? We'll spoil somebody just to keep them, but we not showing them what we really want because we trying to, you know, give them what they want.
Yeah.
Right? But we
I agree with that,
to
Bert.
teach.
I agree with that.
Right? We forgetting to teach what we supposed.
You gotta
to
let the
I agree with
person
that.
know what you want. True love language. You need to let the other person know.
Right.
There's a fine line though, because I'm gonna say this one more time about the men.
Right.
The unhealed men are trying to strong arm the women into becoming what they would like them to be.
Right.
Like, say for example, you meet a woman and she likes hoochie dresses. That's just her way. And then you find out she's fine, and so you wanna get with her and you want her to be yours. Right. Now she's yours. Now you're trying to make her be somebody different than she really is. That's right. And guess what's gonna happen as a result? Arguing, fussing, fighting,
right?
And now he's saying all women suck. They don't, and it's like, but no, you knew that in the beginning. That's how she was. Right. That's who you should be accepting instead of trying to make her into who you think she should be.
Yeah.
And now you got toxicity. Everybody arguing, fighting.
For sure.
It could be so easy. There's not enough love. There's just not enough love. There's not enough healing. And like I always notice online, there's a lot of, the women are unhealed too, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, we're just gonna come back to that.
Right. The men are, I noticed that the men are like, they either may have some mother unhealed wounds, or maybe it was a really bad relationship that they had where their woman was going off on them, cheating, this and that. And now they feel like, I'm gonna get somebody, but they're overbearing. They don't mean to be, but they're coming from a hurt place. Yeah. So they're coming trying to be they're mentally abusive. Yeah. And they're emotionally, and they're not even doing it on purpose. That's just all they know.
I call it obsessiveness, right? I think a lot of men, because you spoke about it earlier, like a lot of men kind of seem to be more impulsive as an older person, right? Like, as they get older, I think they act first, think second, like a child, right? Like a teen, like an adolescent would do.
He put that really good.
Yeah, and it's a real thought too, because I look at it. You know, I got a lot of younger cousins, and you know, I see some of the male, not necessarily my cousins. So if y'all watching, I ain't talking about y'all directly. I'm just using y'all as reference. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all younger than us. But I think that impulsive men appear to be weak, right? Young-minded. If you don't think first, like, oh man, something happened, boom, I want to fight first, and then think, you know what I'm saying? Like all those, even in a masculine sense, to be impulsive is to show signs of weakness, I think. Right? And I think in a relationship, if you're doing it, right, you got a woman who wants to be submissive, but you keep out, you know, you taking that away from her, right? By being impulsive or being obsessive or possessive. Possessive. Right?
Bad. Not good. That's not a flex.
And she say no, all of a sudden you aggressive.
That's not a flex.
You get what I'm saying? So that shit is like a snowball effect.
So I'm gonna say this, you know what I mean?
We ruffling feathers.
As a I'm gonna be honest with you. As a man, you know what I mean, you know, I ain't saying it's cool to hit your woman. You should never hit your woman. Right. I would never say that. Right. But when that's what you've been taught.
The butt canceled it out. The butt canceled it out.
Hold on. But no, you see where you go with this.
She just hit you with the wounds you ain't never brought up.
For sure.
When mama boyfriend or your daddy used to, you know, hurt mama. So
no doubt.
You've learned it.
That's true.
See, some people don't realize that some men have learned this.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? And some women, some women too, right? They didn't watch their mama cut the boyfriend up. He's still coming home. Right. They think that's how it goes.
No doubt.
Right.
Absolutely.
You right.
Being honest,
you right. That's the truth.
Right?
So you're elaborating on what I was saying.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of the relationships are made up of now is unhealed people. It's just and I'm sure there's a lot of healed couples, and that's great. But what I see online are folks that don't even know how to have a relationship, and they're in a relationship that they shouldn't be in.
That's pretty deep.
Seriously. Yeah. And they're upset at each other. It's like, and also you got to remember when you got that trauma that you haven't healed. So whatever age you had the trauma, that's the age you are. So when you're angry, that's how you're going to act. Seldom do you have anybody like, you know what, let's sit down. Something else we lack right now is healthy communication. Right. To resolve issues. There's none of that. There's listen to my pain. Pay attention to me. Yeah. And I'm going to say, I'm going to say something. Y'all, I love y'all. I love my sisters. I love our women. We got to start working on ourselves. I'm not perfect. I'm still working on myself at 52 years old. What I will say is the higher the heel, the more insecure the person. I know there's going to be a lot of women that are like,
What
I'm
you
not
mean-
insecure.
what you mean by that, real
The
quick?
higher the high heel,
The more
the
you
more
feel.
you have on, the more that you need to work on yourself. If that makes any sense.
Okay.
Bottom line is, and just like Jay Bird was saying, the trauma, it comes out in the relationship because nobody's dealing with it. Nobody's going back going, when my mother left the house or left us, that really left a wound, and now I don't really like women. I love women, but I have a hard time being close to them. But they don't realize that it's from something.
No doubt.
And when you don't deal with it, you're going to just keep having more trauma on top of trauma. Everybody calls it toxicity, but it's something under that.
It's like levels to the
It's
toxicity.
levels to it.
That's right.
It's levels to this thing, you know?
Yeah.
And one thing I will say is you can get into a relationship all you want, and you can be with somebody for a long time, but you can exist with somebody, but you don't have like a full-blown connection with each other. You're just going through the motions.
That's big.
Look and see what's happening inside that house behind closed doors
Right.
with that long relationship.
Right. Hey, and I'm gonna tell you something crazy. I blame TV.
They're to blame.
Social
I blame-
media.
Social media as
I
a
blame
whole.
TV, man.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
I'm just be honest with you. The stuff
that's what sets your mindset, I
the stuff
think,
that
from
people
what
are
you-
watching now, man. I'll be like, man, I don't know how y'all do it.
right.
I
Right.
don't know. How
I
y'all
think that's every era though. Like if you look at the folks that came before us, right? They looked at the shit we did and was like, y'all weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I look at my son and then
it's
I'm
like-
like, what is you listening to? Like, what is you? So I think that kind of comes natural with generational distance, right? Like I look at my son's stuff today and what he doing. I'm like, bro, this is wild. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
But they have all these phones, all this access to different things, you know.
thumbprint kids.
Yeah, thumbprint kids, right?
That's what I call 'em.
So, but they're I think our generation is dealing with this submissive versus controlling versus like we don't know how to really label, because submissive, it should be natural.
It's oh my gosh, I was saying that earlier. That's
Right.
the perfect word. It's a natural thing.
Yeah.
And inside of a woman, if she's got her head on right, she's gonna automatically want to
Right.
provide for her man. Massages, there's nothing wrong with massaging your man when he gets home from work, having birthday presents, anniversary presents. It doesn't have to just be he's doing it for you. You can do it for him. He's a human too. He's got hurts and wounds and all kind of
Hell
stuff
yeah,
going
we
on.
do.
And the only reason that women, I feel, don't do it is when it's not even as selfish. How can they give to him if they're wounded and they need from him? It's like two wounded people.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
two wounded
That's
animals.
true, huh?
You
Yeah.
can't. So it's like imperative, y'all, that you have to heal. You have to start working on yourself, or else where is it gonna stop? Who's gonna be the generational curse breaker?
Right.
We
But if
gotta
you work
stop.
on yourself though, like how do you? So I'm working on self.
I mean, like, where do you start?
Yeah, right. Like, so you work on yourself. How do you then say, okay, I'm only looking for this type of person, or do you?
I think that's where people fail.
Well, I don't think you go looking
Why?
for the
What do you
certain
mean?
type of person.
Yeah,
What you think?
Once you heal,
Man.
you attract the right energy.
What you think,
When
Abe?
you correct
Yeah,
it.
just like what she said. When you attract your energy. You know
Right.
what I mean? You attract what you deserve. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
Man,
I get that.
I feel you, but that's sort of, I don't know.
He's like energy foo-foo.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
Because bird
right.
is the truth.
That's
Like,
important.
I don't like no energy.
I'm just saying, you work on
But how
yourself.
could
You doing
you-
all this stuff on
But
yourself
how
for
could you
yourself.
not like?
You think you become this perfect being, so you think, and then you get into this relationship, right? The energy brought you to this person,
I think mentally.
and you still
I
not
don't-
connecting.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
Because that's the other thing. As you
could be
heal, you attract whoever's at that frequency.
Okay.
As you get better, you attract the next person, and then they're at that frequency, and then you've matured, you've grown. Now you're attracting the next person, so the energy matches. If you with somebody where y'all are arguing all the time, that's where your energy is.
so let me ask you this, because you done brought up arguing now a few times.
Tons of times.
Is
'cause
it?
has everything.
Yeah, and you make it sound like this negative, right? Which I guess it does have a negative connotation to argue, right?
That's how the fight starts.
Right, well, but that is a form of fighting, right? Like arguing. But I'm saying, isn't there a healthy form of arguing too?
Yeah, it's called a
Right.
conversation.
a conversation.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't even use that
So
word
arguing
if it's
wouldn't be
healthy.
the right term, then.
No, I
Arguing
was
wouldn't be
like,
the term.
I
I got
can't
you.
flip that into a positive.
Right. Okay.
I think the bottom line for me is it's okay to be old school manners and old school love, where your woman is laying your clothes out for you. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're getting a balanced love, she'll be honored to do stuff like that. But the nowadays women,
Right.
I love y'all so much.
Come on, let's talk
y'all
about
look at that and say, hell no, I'm not doing that for
Right.
him.
All right,
But
so watch
if
this.
you're in an unhealthy environment with him, that makes sense. Like if he's overbearing and aggressive,
So watch
that
this.
makes sense.
Right.
What? So you say that, because I agree with what you just said. I know I'm finna get shot at.
Oh.
I agree with what you just said. But I always tell people I come from good people.
Right.
So what I'm gonna say to that is, right, when you got a real man
Right.
and he see his woman doing what she's supposed to do.
For sure.
Right? Because I'm gonna say this, gentlemen. This is where I come from. Like she said, we got a little old school guy. Right? You can't wash your car and not wash her car.
Oh, no
Ooh.
doubt.
You feel what I'm
That's
saying?
the,
That's
ooh,
deep.
that's
Little
what I'm
things.
talking
Right.
about.
Yeah.
At
That's
least
the
on
old
At
school.
least on Sunday when you wash the car, go on put some gas in.
Right.
Because that's
Yeah.
what the values that used to happen, right?
Right.
We just in a new generation, so but we where our parents is,
Right.
When we right.
No doubt.
So this is
No
what
doubt.
they taught us,
Right.
Right. And now you try to teach your kids that, and then
Right.
like I said, the TV, the media, it's just you can't get that through your kids because of the way the times is now.
Well, let me tell you this. I grew up without.
Good point.
I grew up with a male figure, right? Positive male figure, right? But I didn't grow up with my dad, right? He was locked up. He was in prison, right? And so I didn't know about the little things that you should do for your woman, right? So I grew up in a house with a lot of women. Okay.
And they didn't teach you.
Well, you know, because they a lot of times they
treat him
weren't
like a boy, trying to
well,
teach him to be a man.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So
exactly,
they ain't
right.
gonna
And
teach
they
you
don't
those
really
little
know
things.
how to be. They don't know how to be. I mean, they know what they think they want in a man,
Ooh.
right?
Okay.
But they didn't teach me how to be a man, right?
See.
So when I got into my current relationship, the one I'm married, not the one I'm married. I'm only in one, babe. If you, that came out hella wrong.
I like that. You clean that up quick.
That came out hella twisted. I'm with you. That's it. I can turn this thing many times you. My point is, but I got with you though. She used to tell me, hey, why don't you wash my car? Or hey, why don't you put gas? Babe, can you check my oil? I didn't know how to do none of that shit. I know I put gas in the car, whatever, but like washing cars and all that, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go take my car to go get a car wash.
Ooh,
Right?
same thing.
She would say, why'd you take my car to get a car wash?
You should have.
Right?
Somebody should've took hers first.
I'm so stupid that I'm not even knowing that like that's a thing. Like, well, what you do for you, you do for her, right? Or whatever, right? Cause I want my shit washed. Why am I have my girl in a dirty car, right? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
I'm saying that comes from the heart. Now watch, I'm gonna be honest with you.
But I like how
it's-
you were
watch this.
honest like that.
No,
You were
I didn't
transparent
know.
and admitting you didn't know.
But guess who
You
used to
didn't know
wash
what
her
you
car
didn't know.
for her
Who
though?
was that?
Her father. She
Mm-hmm.
grew up in a two-parent household. Her dad washed her car, put gas
So that's
in
why
it.
you didn't wash it.
She tells me verbally,
Wow.
hey, I want you to pick. I shouldn't have to ever wash my car. You got to pick up where my dad left off. Woo, 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 right?
I don't
This
like-
is prior to this.
But you
Ooh.
saw it though, right?
Hell yeah, but when you said it earlier, teach, or y'all said it,
Right.
you got to teach, and I don't know if I grasp to that term, right?
Right.
As a married dude now,
So-
I don't take the term teach as
So
like
how many arguments you have?
I have healthy conversations.
Yeah.
A lot of them. Hey, a ton of them.
Because it almost sounds like you don't be listening.
Hey, listen.
That was good.
Hey, look. And I had a listening issue
You almost
because I was
sound-
listening
yeah.
to respond,
You feel me?
not listening
Instead
to
of
hear her
listening,
message,
right,
right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now I listen to hear her message, and my peoples be mad because my wife is very vocal. She don't give a damn if it's my grandma sitting there. My mama could be sitting there with the aunties, you know what I'm saying? Like she gonna speak her piece, right?
Love it.
Right.
And
Love
I
it.
appreciate that. She ain't never disrespect. She always speaking all facts.
Right.
Shameless, you know,
So watch
shameless.
this. I got an all
You know what
fact
I'm
for
saying?
you.
Yeah.
Right? Because I met your mom before, right?
Right.
And your
Right.
mom seemed like a pretty good lady.
No doubt.
Right?
Solid.
Now, you say you didn't have no dad, right?
Right.
So you didn't have a man to teach
For
you.
sure.
But let me tell you about a cold woman, though.
Right.
Because, these what I call, one man.
One man.
One man.
Absolutely.
Right?
Right.
Because they
Yeah.
don't really make those brick and mortars no
They
more.
don't. No, for sure. Yeah,
So
they out.
that's why you hear a person say, I'm a woman,
Right.
But there's a real lady gonna say she a woman, man, right? So that's how I feel when I talk to your mama.
Yeah, she
Right?
definitely,
Right?
she two
So-
roles.
So you say, right, so
Yeah.
you know your mom, she gave you them values.
She did though.
I don't
Yeah.
think you was
She
listening.
did. I know. You know what it was, bro? I played too many sports growing up. Kids, don't play too many sports. Because now you only listen to your
It'll
coach.
mess
You
you
don't
up.
listen to your mama no more.
But a woman can't teach you how to be.
No,
She can't.
No.
She can't.
You know what you said though about your wife
but she
having
can
her
teach you how to be
father
a
there?
gentleman.
Yes.
That is very important as well because he taught her a lot of stuff that she needed. She got the value from her dad.
She did.
A lot of no dad households right now. The generation of I'd say maybe the 20s, 30s, the dad's not there for a lot of the women. I didn't have my dad there either. So I didn't have an example of how to be treated.
Right.
So I went through my stage, in the 90s, you know, forcing
doubt.
around, fooling her, all that stuff because
Right.
I didn't have the father figure that I needed in the house. It was an excuse. I could have done better, but it was more prone to me being wild because there was no dad there.
Absolutely.
And so I didn't know about the man should wash my car and this and that. I learned that stuff over time. Now
Right.
I know.
For sure.
And that's how when you were saying that her dad helped her rear her basically, and you're going to receive the right stuff. You and her, you have an ebb and flow more than
That's
likely,
right.
right?
We do.
So you all
Right.
respect one another
100%.
because you're not coming with the foolishness.
That's right. Yeah.
And you grew. You explained that you worked on yourself and you grew.
100%.
You knew what you weren't doing before and what you are doing now.
My first time speaking to, because I've just never done counseling. I've never done anything like that. Have y'all?
No.
No, man. You know, man.
No.
Hey, I look in the mirror.
He said, man, no, like it's just a super negative. Why have you never?
Ain't nothing wrong with
Because
it.
I know you don't think
I
that.
just never had.
Yeah, me and you have had this conversation before in the barber chair, right? You know, the barber chair, that is my cancer.
I'm about to say,
That's my
I
cancer,
canceled you
right?
before.
But you seem like you just totally against counseling.
I am.
Why though?
Because I'm a counselor.
See,
Ain't that what she is? She just said she
Hey, but look,
He is an advisor.
I'm an advisor for kids, but I've been around the world and back.
Right.
And at my
Right.
age, you know, I've learned stuff
No
and I've
doubt.
learned what not to do. And
I am a barber.
that's true. No,
no, you're a counselor.
I counsel.
I was gonna say that.
You're a counselor.
You kind
You've
of
been
Watch
counseling
this.
longer than me.
Watch this. I am cold
right,
because not only do I direct you right,
right.
I give you a haircut.
Come on,
Come on, man.
come on.
Come on, man.
Hey, you
direct
preaching
right
now,
every
though,
time?
I give out words of gold wisdom. I give out wisdom, man.
You can't.
Hey, you seem like you gotta do that. Like
especially-
Nowadays. No, Bird, he giving gold now.
Okay.
You know, we're back,
It wasn't always like that.
5, 10, 15 years ago.
Well, don't get mad at
Right.
me.
He was
because
low
I used-
blowing.
because I
You still have some growing to do. You're still learning.
He was real.
So my verbal present to people back then was, you know, making you feel like rocks. But I don't do that no more. Man, I give out gold
He
now.
changed.
You got to give out
He
gold,
changed.
bro.
He
Rocks don't
changed.
work, fam. I know we from the desert. You can't
Hey.
keep giving rocks to people, man.
Watch this.
You can't get the rocks to people.
You can't.
Can we all just get along?
I mean, it sound good.
That's all.
It
I'm saying,
sounds
man.
good.
So look, let me ask you this about submissiveness.
Yeah.
Because when I think of submissive, it's like layers to it. So yeah, you got the
It
one
is.
like, oh yeah, I can do this, that. Like, is it submissive as a whole, or submissive sexually, submissive? Like,
What's the level?
what's the level?
To me,
to submissiveness.
and disclaimer again, like in the beginning, this is just all from my own experience and what I've seen work.
Yeah.
I feel that it's all of it. And to me, if you feel safe as a woman, what's that mean? If you feel like, not that you're relying on your man to pay for everything and do everything, but you know he can.
Right.
He's shown you that he's responsible. Submission is also listening to his ideas, going with his ideas. Not that he rules everything and you just like this. I think that's what people think submission
I think
is.
so, too.
Yeah.
Is
I
be
think so, too.
quiet, walk 10 paces behind him,
So I'm
and he tells you what to do. And that's not what it is.
I'm gonna say this.
Right.
I believe in being firm, but I also believe in listening.
100.
Because I ain't gonna front to you. I mean, got to give you women credit.
Right.
I know what y'all be talking about. And you just telling what you love him. Right? When you love somebody, man, you don't want them to mess up. That's why you try to give them something else to think about.
Yeah, it makes
Go a
sense.
little deeper
Yeah,
into
makes
that.
sense.
yeah. Because I got confused by that, bro. Say it again.
So what I'm saying
No, 'cause
is,
he coming with some wisdom, so I want to follow.
Yeah.
so what I'm saying is, man, and I hate to be like this, brothers, because I know I love you, man. And Jay Bird love it. Anybody is gassed up,
Right.
man, but you can't be. Watch this, man. You can't have a profession, you know what I mean, at a part of your life, and then decide you don't want none of that no more, and then do something that you sell pickles.
Totally against the grain.
Right?
Yeah,
Sell
I got
pickles,
you. I got you. Yeah.
Don't get mad when your woman say, "Come on, babe."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Brothers, we can't do that no more, man. Your woman is trying to make you make a better decision.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? Like, I just want to say
That's
that
a good
because
point.
I do. I agree
because
with that.
sometimes
I agree with that.
I feel like
right.
us
He's
as
right.
men, we turn around and say, "Well, you should be, riding what I say," which
Right.
she should. But sometimes common sense ain't always
Comment.
No.
Comment.
Ain't
You
right,
right
let's
though.
ride with no bull.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why, if we in the hole,
Right.
why would you think your woman would want you to put y'all in the deeper?
No doubt.
Right.
I'm with you, bro.
And she
Right.
with you.
That's a
I'm
good
with you.
question.
And she with you. So what I'm gonna say is,
Yeah.
if just think about your idea, man. You know what I mean. And if she ride with it, that's a blessing because that's
Right.
what she's
Well, a
supposed
good
to.
woman ain't gonna
Right?
let you
But a good
get
woman
too deep
gonna
in the
tell
hole.
you, right?
No doubt.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Just
You're
make
right.
sure you
That's a
listen-
good point.
listen
Yeah.
to you, right? And that goes the other way too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I go the other way. I don't want to say women don't do that kind of stuff neither, because there's some women that run their household,
For sure.
Yeah.
right? And there's some dudes that love it.
That is true.
Yeah.
There's some
And
dudes that
sometimes
love
you're
it.
thrown into that, and you weren't trying to do it on purpose, and they call
Okay.
it masculine, but you had no choice but to take over
Okay.
and
Right.
start
So-
being the one that works and all
Right.
that kind, as the woman.
So
Right.
we were just talking about how people
Right.
spoil people, but that ain't really what you want. You knew that wasn't what you want when you started, but you gave it away early.
What you mean when when a man give it a woman, he's
If
spoiled
you-
her too early?
If you knew that
Oh,
I
what you
like,
mean?
right? If you knew that I like this person and we could potentially move in together, you can't say, "Oh, you can come over here and I'm gonna pay for everything." You know what I mean?
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't say that.
Yeah, you wanna
right?
do
Even
that.
if he
Well,
down,
those are unhealed
right?
people
Right,
that-
okay.
that-
So watch this, because
No.
sometimes just hear
They
me
need
out.
They don't want to be alone.
Right, I don't want to be alone, and I need stability. So
Right.
come live with me.
Yeah,
and
come on, I got you. Just come.
Okay, so
Which is a lot
people
of
do
that,
that
I'm
too,
sure,
right?
too, yeah.
What I'm saying though is, man, you gotta lay some ground rules.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Right? That way,
No doubt.
when you bring up what you bring up, it's not surprising.
Right.
It's not a surprise. People are surprised sometimes because we didn't tell them anything at the beginning.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? That's a good. That actually, I know it's not on the topic of
Right.
the submission, but I
that's
have
great.
said that for a long time.
Right.
When you hook up with somebody, say what it is that you like. For example, if you know you like to see a bunch of women or you like to see a bunch of men, be open about that instead of sneaking. Be proud of it if that's what you do, and lay it out on the line when you first start talking.
All right, most of the
And
time,
give them a choice if they want
watch
to stick
this.
around or not.
Most of the time, that's how you. Most time, that's how you find them.
That's tough though.
Most of the time, you were sneaking around when you
Why
found
is
the
it
way you-
tough?
That's tough, man.
Why is that
to,
tough?
To tell a man with ego. To tell a man with ego.
Right.
I'm gonna go. I like dealing with you for sure. Like you cool today, you fun,
Yes.
woo, 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 right? She hyping you, you feeling it. But I also want 2 more yous, right?
Okay, watch this though.
As a man with ego, I gotta back out gracefully, right?
Okay, watch this.
Respectfully,
Watch
I'm
this.
backing out.
We was just
I know.
we was just talking about times, right?
Yeah.
Turn the TV on.
Oh, I know. That's all you gonna see.
It's okay.
No, it's not.
Right.
For who?
Nowadays.
But that's the era.
We just had somebody on last week.
Well,
Yeah.
it's okay
Yeah.
for whoever it's okay for, but
I'm just saying.
it's not okay with me.
Right, it's not with you though.
good with it?
Watch this.
But I also got a jealous spirit, bro.
No.
Like it's
Okay.
different.
So
I got a
watch
jealous
this.
spirit.
But we're just saying, like, before it even gets to the point where you're doing things up
Yes.
front, before
Yeah,
you
yeah.
start kissing
No
and
doubt.
hugging and touching,
Yeah.
this is because feelings
You're right.
start pretty fast.
Oh, no doubt.
Before you've even gotten physical.
The
For
third,
sure.
The
Say
third
something up
time's a
front.
charm. If you get you some 3 times, it's over. Y'all together. No matter how you look at it. No matter how you look at it.
Bird
You don't
always
even
said
know.
that.
You don't even know you go with
He
it.
might
Hit 3 times.
Right?
We
Right?
go together.
Hey, fella. The first time is, I hope you did good.
Yeah, it could be.
Because if you did bad, you may get a second time, right? So you better go good, right? But if you get a third time, y'all go together, right? You just didn't see it.
Well,
I don't
he
know how
is
you missed-
describing a
I don't
situationship.
know
I
how
mean,
you
there's a
missed
lot of those right
Yeah,
now.
man,
There's a
man,
ton of
spend
them.
time.
And watch this. There's some brothers that might feel that way too.
Totally is.
Yeah, because that's like, okay, I'd have been here 3 times.
Yeah. I go in the refrigerator now. Yeah, he going in the fridge now.
That sounds like the making of a song.
That third trip, you taking a shower, you ain't even asking no more. You just going in the shower.
Come on, man.
You taking all the food out the refrigerator, going to get ice cream, and you looking
so
through drawers and shit. Like, it's your house now.
So with me being a barber, man, I listen to a lot of stories.
Yeah, true.
Right?
True.
Yeah.
Listen to a lot of stories, man, and I hear everything, right?
Right.
I can't tell other people what other people do.
You change the name to protect the innocent.
So no lie, like this. Hey, this is for my bar. This is some game for my barbers. I've been thinking about for years, but I've been waiting to say that. Man, we're like a Marvel hero, man. Barbers.
No, you said barbers.
Barbers, man.
Yeah.
If you a barber out there, man, you like
that's
man,
facts.
you something like the X-Men, bro.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you remember when the guy, you know what I mean, and he had the brain and he could see all the people.
Oh, absolutely.
And all that.
Yeah.
I feel like barbers, man, they have that. Because they gotta listen to a lot of
You do.
Yeah.
You do. No,
right?
for sure.
Right? And I ain't gonna lie, barbers, man, counsel some of their people through it.
That's mandatory.
Right?
That's true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100.
So
you got to.
So when I see a barber, man, that's why I swear I try to like at least shake up another barber hand when I can.
Barber unity.
Right? Now,
Because you're all dealing with this.
it's bigger than that.
Right.
Because I be wanting to tell people, man, we on something else.
Right.
Right? Man, we deal with people all day long.
That's true.
Bad attitudes or not.
And I say all different types of
All
people.
different type of people, man. Huh? People,
That could get stressful.
right? People that cuss you out behind your job.
Right.
How does that even happen?
Right.
You know what a lady did to me one time? Hurt my feelings. I was here. I've been here since 7 o'clock. I cleaned up.
Right.
You know, the doors say 9 o'clock.
Right.
Right. I had left at 9:17 to go get us some McDonald's.
Right.
Right. I got some McDonald's. It's crazy because I was like the only one in line. I get back here.
Right.
It was like 9:31.
Right.
She told me she was at the door. I was like, hey, how you doing? You
Right.
trying to get a cut? She said, yeah. She said, I thought you opened up at 9. I said, well, yeah, I was here at 9.
Yeah.
Well, nobody here.
Right.
Right. And she said, well, why you got it on your door? If you ain't right. And I couldn't say nothing.
You're like,
You couldn't. You right.
Yeah, deer headlights.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna tell y'all what I did. I went right outside.
Right.
I opened the door.
Right.
Right. I turned around. And I snatched the sign off. Right.
Right.
And she said, "What you doing?"
Yeah.
I said, "Won't nobody ever hold me the time again."
That's
Ooh.
real. Right. And then you start coming at 5.
Right, watch this. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? That's
So,
yeah.
so you
The
remember,
most consistent.
So you remember when you did the rap song? Did you hear at the beginning when I said, "Hey, if the door open,
we open. Yes, sir. That's right.
right?"
That's right.
I've been saying that
You
long
did.
time.
You damn sure did.
That's where it came
Yeah,
from.
you damn sure did.
Right.
And again, so there goes the expectations.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You said the door said 9. She expected 9. If I come at 9:20, you supposed to be open, bro. Like with you know what I mean?
She was right.
So that speaks to what you was talking about earlier with the relationship, like the communication.
Right.
You know what's dope about that? To kind of tie that in. We did the first time I ever did counseling was marriage, premarital counseling, right? First time ever. So we together, me and the wife, right? We go into the counselor. He says, "All right, I want y'all to make a list, like expectation list. This is what I'm looking for in a husband. This is what I'm looking for in a wife, right?" The next week we pull up. I got 3 things on my list. She got 47 things on her goddamn list. We in the church. I said, "What the fuck is this?" In Jesus' house, I said this. What the fuck is this? I'm supposed to do all this? It said the little shit you do. Clean my car when you clean your car. This, that, what. She got down to detail in what she was looking for me, right?
See?
You know, pay, you know, like talking about even to like paying the mortgage. She don't want to put in on the mortgage.
I like already.
What did you think about that?
Having
Can I ask a
a
question?
woman as a mother, my mom harps on that. Like,
Can I ask a
you should
question?
always play. Yes, sir.
I want to ask a question.
I'm gonna come back to that though. I'm gonna come back to that though.
Please,
Yeah, I'm gonna come back to that though.
Because this goes back to what she was talking about. Watch this.
Yep.
Right? My dad ain't never let my mama pay no mortgage.
No doubt.
But mom's was to dress the house.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct.
She made sure we had furniture.
Make sure y'all ate.
All that. You know, Pops made sure we had food.
Correct.
Mom's gonna cook.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because I come from a 2-parent household.
No doubt.
Right.
Right?
No doubt.
Watch this. My dad cooked.
Oh, he cold too.
No, my
I'm
dad,
saying,
my dad cook, man. You know what I mean?
You saying
No
it.
doubt.
So what I'm saying
Both
is,
cooking, both
Right.
you know what I mean?
contributing.
Watch
Yeah.
this. I remember I had a cousin tell me one day, man, hey man, I just want to talk about me and my wife, whatever. I told him, I was honest. I said, cousin, I ain't the one you want to talk to. I said, I ain't the one you want to talk to, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Right.
I ain't married.
So don't ask me for
Right?
marital
No,
advice.
it ain't that. I want to listen to you,
Right.
but I don't want to wrong you.
Right.
You need to go talk to people that's been married a
That's
while.
right. Real talk.
Right?
Right.
And I sort of listened before I walked away.
Right.
And I sort of listened, man. And I heard my dad all say, man, flat to him, hey, look, you either want to be married or you don't.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But if you want to be married, man, you gotta put in the same
Be
expectations, man,
Right. Right.
that they putting in.
No doubt.
Fully
You
married.
know what I mean? Right?
That's real game. Because I wouldn't like if my wife went and talked to her single friends about things that we was
Stuff
going
they
through.
wouldn't be able to relate to.
Or maybe you can, but I think everybody needs an outlet.
yeah.
Let me take that back. Everybody needs an outlet of somebody they talk to. They don't necessarily have to be. Everybody ain't married, right? But you may get good wisdom from, let's just say, Ava Bird, right? Let's say I'm at the shop and I'm just talking about relationship stuff, right? Or marital stuff. It's still a relationship, right? It's still, we ain't talking about nothing sacred, right? It's just, I make
just
vent
kinda surface,
about a
okay.
situation.
Okay.
I don't have to take their advice with their response, right? I
Right.
think I have to be cognizant enough to say, well, I'm married. So my response has to be different than a single dude in the streets, right?
I agree.
So
Like, you don't have to take it to heart what they're saying.
exactly.
Okay.
But I can
So-
I can see if they have some wisdom that I can take from it.
Yeah.
So watch this, Jay.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you something.
I see what you're
Yeah.
saying.
I'm gonna tell
I
you
see what
something,
you're
bro. You know what I mean? You wouldn't do that anyway because
Right.
you grow as a man.
100%.
Right? You grow as a man.
100%, yep.
So you already know what you gonna say now. Because
No doubt.
what you say now, you wouldn't have said 10 years ago.
That's right.
You know what
That's
I mean?
right. No,
you
real
wouldn't have
talk.
said that till you go,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because it's already in you.
That's right.
Right.
Real
You know
talk.
what I mean? I'm
Real
just
talk.
gonna be honest
And
with
that's
you.
growth.
Right? That's
That's growth.
That's that maturity.
That's growth.
You know what I mean? See, it's crazy because a lot of people don't realize, man, that you grow on your own, even when you don't see it.
Yeah.
You grow on your own, right? So
You just got to go through something for growth.
Man, okay.
Yeah.
You
Right.
gotta
Go through
be
something for
conscious
growth.
of it before you
Yeah.
grow.
Right. But you have
Yeah,
to go
that's
through
true.
something, right? You got to go through something to.
Oh no, you got experience.
100%.
Sure, you have
Yeah,
to.
That's the only way to
regardless.
gain wisdom, from what I
Whether
know.
you want it or not.
You got to be conscious of
You know,
what you're
you-
experiencing so that you can change it.
You know, you
for
go
the
through
good and
something.
bad.
No doubt.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you go through something
No
every day,
doubt.
right?
That's
I
a really
mean,
good
yeah,
point.
you can find something.
Because
Yeah.
you could, you gotta want to be better. And a lot of folks are not willing to. They're very hard set on, this is the way I am and this is the way I do things.
Right.
And that's not gonna get you anywhere.
No way.
Or you'll get like not a full, complete marriage or relationship. You'll have a shell of a person and you're living. I know a lot of relationships, people that have been together for a long time.
Right.
Right.
They're just existing together.
I
There's
see
no
that.
more, and I'm about to go somewhere with this. Sorry.
Yeah.
There is literally no more intimacy or sex. Those are two separate things.
I hear you.
There's none of that anymore. They're in the house, and from the outside, everybody's like, wow, they've been together forever. But
Right.
on the inside, what you don't, I think that personally,
I respect them though.
well, here's the thing, like when you're first getting together and you saw the red flags and you ignored them and you stayed together,
Yeah.
you can stay in the same home and not have a full-blown proper marriage. You can exist. But who wants to do that?
That's
And just-
terrible.
You're not.
Okay.
They
I'm about
do
to say,
it
people
and they're
with kids.
unhappy. Well, they do it because they don't have a choice. But there's you.
It's
I got
not.
a choice.
So it'll always. So like I say, okay. So watch this. I got a saying that I've been saying for many years. All right, is you. If we was all the same, the world would be boring. Like,
Well, how are you now? You tie that into what we're
right,
saying, though.
Because okay, think about it like this. You gonna always have somebody that's not gonna agree, or that's why they have the arguments on social media, right?
True.
Right. This is why we have presidential, all that stuff, because there's gonna be somebody on this side and there's gonna be somebody on that side.
Right.
Right. It's how wars start. It's how the government goes. Like somebody's on this side, somebody's on. So no matter how you look at life, it's the same thing with men and women. We're always going to be on one side of the other person, unless you finally figure it out and tie it together. That's why
Yeah.
most people get married.
Yeah, but
that's
men-
why it's
men-
called tied together.
Yeah, but men are from
You know what I
Mars,
mean?
women are from Venus. Like, I believe
Yeah.
that, bro. Like,
But
there's
that's
a
what I'm
difference.
saying, though.
And you're always going to be different. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that I think
But
that we were trained to believe that if you're in a long-term relationship, it's normal not to have sex anymore.
Gee.
That's not. You should just stop. If you stop having sex, I heard someone tell me that. And I'm like, that's not so.
Shit.
And it exists.
It does.
But you don't have to be doing that.
Right.
To me, if you don't run out of loving and being attracted to each other, that shouldn't go unless you were never really into each other.
100%.
But look, it's not about you. You have to. Obviously, they're not doing it because they don't want to. So you get to a point in a relationship where obviously, if you want to, you're gonna do it.
Right.
I'm not having sex in this relationship 20 years because we don't want to anymore.
But why do not? Why would
Why would
together?
you not want?
You know
Because
what
that's
I'm saying?
a natural part of life in your
watched-
body. And I've seen people that have been in marriages for 20 some odd years
grandparents do that,
that
man.
still are attracted to each other, like, and say that it's normal to still be having sex.
But I think it's
Okay.
put that one normal on everybody though is a stretch
Hey,
though, because
have y'all-
not everybody's sexual appetite is the same.
But
There's
have
some
y'all-
people in
It
there-
could slow down, but so are you saying that you feel that it's normal to completely not
for some
consummate
people-
after a while?
For some people, like I talk to some of my friends, and I know people who
But that mean they don't need to be
they're doing
together.
it. They like we have.
That's what
I
I
have
feel.
sex every day with my wife. That's what they're telling me, right?
Uh-huh.
For them, that's normal. I don't have sex every day. I don't want to have sex.
I don't either. But
Yeah,
I have sex
I mean that to me that's the extreme, but I'm saying to completely not have it anymore.
That's crazy.
Right.
That there's something there. Well, excuse me, there's something not there.
Yeah, there you go.
And everybody,
There you go.
I'm telling you, I've seen couples, I've
So-
experienced it. That is not a normal thing, but we've been programmed to believe that at some point in your marriage, you're going to stop having it. And that's normal, but it isn't actually.
That's a long line of disrespect, because that's the
I'ma
only
tell you-
time a woman could be unattractive to a man is if
Okay.
he just feels so disrespected over the years that it has grown to this guy not being attracted to this woman no more.
All right, no, I'm gonna say this. Hey,
It's-
so
You know what I'm saying? Like he's looking at her, he don't look at her the same. She just got the same beautiful charisma, all that stuff. But he looks at her totally different now, and he's not attracted to her no more.
All right, so check it out.
They look different too, though. They physically look different. Like,
True, but when you're really into that
I'm
person,
50.
you work with them.
Yeah.
I've heard
Yeah.
both sides. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We're heading into
Look, you got 7
a danger zone here.
For sure, no doubt.
So
Yeah.
if my wife is 50, like, what am I
Right.
gonna do?
Right. No, I
Well,
got
that's
you.
the difference
I like what I like.
between loving somebody's roots and loving their flowers.
Ooh,
Man, hey,
God damn.
would you mind elaborating? Because I don't think anybody. Well, what I was gonna say is what you're saying, and I hear what you're saying. Excuse me, I had the nugget. Excuse me. To me, I don't care what your body starts changing into. If you really are into each other when you started, you're gonna stay into each other. You may expand a little bit in the waist and stuff, but you still want each other.
Nigga, all
If you
this.
get to a point, right, you know,
All
you get a
this
little bit of
inside.
girth.
And
There's
my-
nothing wrong with a little girth.
what's that?
But
my
that's
wife
what I'm saying.
has not
She's
stopped me.
into it.
Hey, people, don't that,
For one.
that ain't nothing
Now, she'll
wrong.
push me to go get in the gym and all that.
That's just a
Right.
love handle.
Because that was on her list, too.
Right, look, check it out.
And there's nothing
So
wrong
it
with wanting each
that was
other to
on-
look
it was
good.
on that
I'm
list,
not,
too.
I'm not saying
So it don't sound
yeah.
like she talked to nobody. It sounds like she wrote it down.
No, she wrote that shit
She
on her
right,
list.
right.
Don't get out of shape.
It don't sound like she talked to nobody though.
But it didn't say COVID was going to happen.
Right?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like,
So check it out.
shit happens in life, y'all, and we have to roll with the punches. Like, but
But you don't give up on each other.
hell no.
You don't. That's why I'm saying something's wrong.
That's my point. Like,
It's a disconnect.
Hey, so watch this. I don't think that's always true. Now, I've been in a situation myself. Where,
Right.
I just wasn't into it at the time. You know, sometimes mentally, man, hey, people don't know. Like, man,
Yeah,
that happens.
watch this.
Oh, no.
So watch
That's
this.
fair.
So watch this, man. People didn't realize this, man, but like, man, hey, we was hurting.
right.
You know what I mean?
No,
like,
no,
you know, we
for sure.
Man, we lost barbers.
Yeah.
Watch this, all in a row. Mm-hmm. Somebody got shot.
Bro, I remember that.
Somebody got shot. Somebody break in.
Come on.
Somebody break in.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So, you know, man, you frustrated every day
No doubt.
just coming to work.
That makes
They're
sense.
trying, they're trying to keep the puzzle together.
No
That
doubt.
makes
And as a man that really don't share his feelings,
Right.
right? You know what I mean? Because I ain't gonna lie, we stubborn.
Right.
We're not gonna share our feelings. We sort of shut
Most of
down.
the time, for sure.
And when you should have told your woman what was going on, we didn't because
I like how you said that.
we bullhead. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Right? So I've
real, bro.
So I've been there where I don't even want to touch nobody. I don't want to do nothing.
That's
Which
different.
is understandable.
That's
I was
different.
just gonna
That's
say
different, though.
that makes sense.
but I didn't-
That's gonna happen.
Well, I was wrong because I get it now.
Yeah.
I didn't get it then.
But that's not relational.
But I didn't say nothing though.
You just dealing with the problems of the world, bro. Everybody you hold weight sometimes. Sex the last thing on your mind.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Stress
that's
is gonna
different.
affect. You gotta be here. It's got.
Yeah.
This has to be intact for you to even
For
be
your
in
blood
the
to even
mood.
flow.
All of that.
Exactly.
Okay, you said it right. You
Yeah.
said it best.
I'm telling you.
So that
Yeah.
makes sense. But being together and you just stop it, it never
Correct.
returns. I'm not talking about medical stuff.
Right.
I'm not talking about he or she got a little fat. If you're just like, bleh, I just don't want it
Ain't
anymore.
nothing wrong with a little fat.
Something.
Hell no.
I like that.
Hell no.
Women.
No, it ain't.
I know he's taken, but I'm just saying that's what men want to say that.
Who don't want a whole butter biscuits?
Man, listen, I'll take the
man,
butter
I'm
biscuit.
You'd be surprised.
Ain't nothing wrong
If you get smart, I'll eat them all. You hear me?
All y'all going to get your body done, leave a little something we cuff at night.
Leave some of that natural.
Man, we cuff at night. Y'all don't know what that means.
Leave some of that
That little
They
piece
making
right
it
there
too
we cuff.
tight, huh?
Yeah, that shit too tight.
Are we talking about body?
Yeah. But even men, we don't even want that too tight either.
Don't be submissive.
I kind of want you ran through for me. No, look. I definitely don't want you brand new. I want you,
That little red too.
yeah, a little bit. Got a little experience. You know, you throw that motherfucker back on me. I'm like, hey.
But look, check it out. I do want to talk about how I watch older people live together for many moons because
Right.
they just wanted to stay with their family together.
Yep.
They
Yeah, I've
wanted-
seen that.
That's
do
an
that.
old.
They
That's
don't
an
do that
old.
no
That's an
more,
old
Bird.
way of. That's like the Old Testament,
I'm
though.
about
To
to say,
me,
yeah.
I didn't see.
It's the New Testament and it's the Old
that's
Testament.
the Old Testament to me, Bird. What you talking about right now?
I didn't see my great uncle, man, had got his own room
In the house.
in the house.
Yep.
I said,
Yeah, and see, that's
So you know I'm young, right?
Right.
So when I seen it, I said,
Yeah.
I say,
What you doing?
I say, you pay all the bills?
Right.
He was like, yeah, nephew.
Right.
I say, so if you ain't gonna sleep in the room, right?
Right.
You got your own room.
Right.
Why you ain't got the bathroom one?
Get the mask. Get the primary. We don't
you
call
at
it.
least got the mask.
Hey, we don't call it master bedroom no more because we know what that meant. What's it? But it's the primary bedroom.
Primary.
Get the primary.
Hey, so to me,
With the bathroom.
whoever got the bathroom room,
It's the.
they beat you.
They trumped you in that one.
They beat you.
Yeah, buddy.
You feel me?
I always tell my wife too. My wife be like, you come home late, such and such. You know, we be joking around a lot. She be like, you come home late from with your boys, you're gonna be sleeping on the couch. I'm like, no. I'll be in that primary bedroom. You
primary.
won't be on the couch. I'm gonna be in the primary with the bathroom in it.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't care what relationship nobody in. No, don't let your people sleep somewhere outside, somewhere else.
No, that's true.
Don't let them go get
that's-
no
I agree.
hotel, no none of that. Because I'm gonna tell you this: when you tell them go get a hotel or they go somewhere else, whatever, don't get mad when something happen.
I ain't doing that.
Remember, you gonna be mad. So you might as well tell them to come home. You gonna be mad. Sleep together. Sleep mad.
Yeah, we gonna
You
sleep.
know what I mean? Sleep mad.
Yeah,
Wake up
true.
mad. Brush your teeth mad.
that's true.
Family make his pancakes
No,
mad.
Because one of y'all
Yeah,
gonna
just-
be less mad than the other one.
Right.
Tomorrow.
That's a
Just
good
naturally. So whoever less mad, you know, like if the female less mad, just poke the ball a little bit. Let her, nigga, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Because I damn sure, but I don't think, we could be in a heated argument. 5 minutes later, I'm touching a booty. You know what I'm saying?
That's healthy
I
right
want a
there.
kiss.
To me, that's what
We
healthy
can be mad as hell,
relationship
bro. Kiss me though.
Yeah.
No, I ain't kissing you right now, man. I need a kiss. I swear to God, I won't even leave here. Like I'll be messing with you, bro.
What that mean?
Kiss me.
That means-
Just kiss me, and I got my shot. You know what I
I mean, you
mean?
love your woman.
No doubt,
Ain't
no
no
doubt.
wrong. That's
I love the roots.
That's a blessing.
I love the roots.
That's a blessing.
was- There's a lot of
good.
shit.
Can I use that? That was good.
That was good. I love the roots of
That
her.
was
That's
really
real.
good.
I didn't,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I hadn't heard that
Because it's
before.
easy to love a motherfucker when the flower blooms.
Right.
Huh?
But can you love when that dirt hit?
Yeah, when
You know
other
what I
stuff
mean?
is going on.
When that dirt hit and that
Exactly,
rose die
Yeah.
out
Man,
before it grow back. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look.
Shit.
That's a fact.
Man, look.
That's real. That was deep. That was a fact.
That was good.
That was a bar.
That was good.
Right there.
You know,
Hell yeah.
you know when you love somebody, right?
Why?
When you can go in the bathroom the same time they in there. That's when you love
And
somebody.
not hold your nose.
Man, that's when you love
You just
somebody.
take it.
If you really want to
Take that shit up. You take that shit. She in the shower, clean her body, you blasted that motherfucker. Damn, that's love. I never thought about it like that. That's real. I'm in a real ass relationship, bro. We love each other. That's real. I'm with that. That's some real shit. 'Cause
I got that from my aunt. Yeah, I got that from my aunt.
Shout out to Aunt,
My aunt gave me a lot of stuff when I finally got kicked out.
Yeah.
You know, my uncles gave me some game.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's good wisdom,
Yeah,
dog.
he gave me some game, man.
That's good wisdom.
He said, man, hey, you know what Mom told me too?
What is that?
Tell you something, hey, look, I don't know. No, I ain't gonna say that.
Yeah, don't say that.
I was going low key.
I don't know, stop it. Don't say it. You must have heard me.
So check that. Before we go on, look, I want to say something too, because I had a mom. My mom took me to all the dances. Like my dad didn't take me to dances,
Right.
You know, stuff like that. My mom took me to the party
Right.
and all that stuff, right? And my mom, you know, I appreciate her to this day because she taught me something I didn't know way back then. And she would beg me and my cousins before we got out of the car. She'd be like, hey, I need y'all to do me a favor. When she stopped the car, we said, well, we really think something going on.
Yeah, yeah.
She said, I'll give $2 to whoever dance with a big girl.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Right? And we like, you know, why we want to dance with a big girl?
Right.
And she say, yeah, you come from big boned people.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
And just think if that was one of your people or your auntie or somebody and
Correct.
then nobody give them a dance.
Yeah, go in there and dance with a girl, boy.
So
Right.
I watched this. While
Right.
my dad was making me a man, mom was making me a gentleman.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Bar.
Right? You feel me?
That's a bar, my
Right,
boy.
you know what
Let me
I
pop
mean?
your collar on that one.
You
Right.
feel me?
Oh, facts, baby.
I ain't gonna
Yes,
lie.
sir.
I love it.
That's a good one, dog.
Right? So one day, man, you know, this was like Nintendo was out.
Ooh,
Right,
that's
it's
like
like
early
you
You
90s.
ain't even had to say Nintendo,
Right.
but
That's
So-
early 90s.
So you remember when Mario 3 hit?
Oh, yeah.
And I was
Oh,
about
yeah.
$10 short from getting it by myself.
You was dancing with all the big girls.
I said, Mom,
You get that tea.
I danced with 5 of them. Hey,
You got that 10.
I was going to get that team.
Yes,
I
sir.
said, you can just hold it. Just take me to Toys R Us tomorrow. I got the rest of it.
Go get your 10. Hey, look, that's that How to Be a Player method, right? You ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
And Bill Bellamy was dancing with the big girls and all the cute girls over there, like, oh my God, he's such a gentleman.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I used to do things like that growing up too, but I had a real heart. I used to enjoy dancing with I just like,
Yeah.
partying. And I never wanted to see nobody left out
Well,
of
I
that
couldn't
party.
even dance.
I'm like that.
You know what I'm saying?
I
And
ain't,
you did that to get to 10?
yeah, I had to.
Respect.
I had to.
Respect, buddy. Yes,
Look,
sir.
I ain't gonna lie.
Respect, though.
I know.
Can't even dance and he out there getting it for the 10? So he want a Mario 3 dance.
I'm gonna say this.
Bird was gonna get it
You
anyway.
gonna
He was gonna get that Mario 3
So I'm
anyway.
proud to say that I came
He wanted to do it.
I came up in right? I was lucky.
Right.
Because I came up in an era, man, where bumping and grinding.
Yes.
You didn't really have to dance. You
Yeah,
just had to make
you gotta
sure
just
she
catch
didn't
the
go
groove.
nowhere.
Yeah.
R. Kelly, Bird.
That's what I'm telling you. So I got the R. Kellys and the
I don't know if you can say bumping and grinding out here.
But we had Silk knocking the boots.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like,
man,
we
come
had,
on.
it was like grind. Like
Come on.
that was like
That was
the
our
grind.
era,
Sweat.
though. Yeah, that was our
Hey,
era.
he talking about early
That was
90s, bro. That's
that grind
Luke too now.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
loop dance.
They probably playing at school dances, but
Right, you know what I mean?
backyard boogies.
So watch
Yeah,
this.
that
So
motherfucker
you
like
so you
this.
bumping and grinding.
Right.
So were you submissive to it? Because I was
Absolutely.
submissive to it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Absolutely.
To the bumping
Right.
and
I guess,
grinding.
I guess
yeah.
yeah.
What you
Hey,
mean?
public announcement, R. Kelly.
Come on.
Oh, honey love.
Ooh,
Oh,
give me
man.
that honey love. That's the shit.
Y'all done triggered me.
Hey,
That's
come on,
heat.
man.
They done took us out that
Right.
algorithm.
Submissive.
So wait, so let me ask you this in a relationship, and I know we got to wrap up soon, but are you, do you actively act on submission?
I do. So
Because
when
sometimes you the coach, you don't necessarily.
you know, like marital coaches and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
that don't
yeah.
do. I believe in
Right.
that. I believe in what I was talking about.
Right.
It's nothing wrong with having their clothes laid out, their
Okay.
meals cooked.
Okay.
But it's not okay where it's unbalanced. Where I don't believe that the man or woman should be doing too much of it. It should be a balance. But I don't see anything wrong with the woman doing that.
Do you have to be married, or is it something that a boyfriend and girlfriend can practice?
Well, my background is Nation of Islam, so we're taught to do it the right way. That
From
you
the
should be
inception.
married.
Oh, okay,
Married.
okay,
You should be
okay,
married.
I got you.
I'm not saying that you have to be. If, a lot of people have a lot of long-term relationships,
Correct.
you know,
Yep.
live in and stuff.
Yep.
And even with that, I think that you should be. You're committed to each other, right?
100%.
So I think you should
Like
be doing
natural
that.
law almost in a way,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So I don't even think you got to be married. I think if y'all got at least 2 bills and y'all name together,
Right.
y'all married.
I mean, that's natural
it's
law
common
stuff.
law.
Yeah,
Common
common
law.
law, I mean. Yeah, common law.
No law.
No law. If you got 2 bills, y'all
right.
go together.
You go together.
Ain't no getting out.
If
Like,
you living together,
you right,
showered
bro.
and all
Because
that,
then
yeah,
you're
you
divorced
together.
to
You together.
separate your cell phone bill and your light bill.
Right.
That's the divorce right there.
Man, you gotta go through some paperwork to get that done. That's real.
Right.
That's actually real, man.
Yeah, it
I'm
really
telling you.
is. But in my opinion, I think that, like, for real about the whole thing, I
Yeah.
think that there's too much arguing going on. It's gotten all blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
If everybody would just relax, there's somebody out there for everybody. I think that's the fear too.
Right.
Everybody's like in fear of being with somebody or not being with somebody. It's just too much focus on external. Gotta balance. You gotta focus on yourself first off. I think we were talking about that earlier. It's like everybody's so focused on who am I gonna be with.
Right.
And it's nothing wrong with not having somebody for a little bit. It doesn't mean you gotta forever be single, but just when you come together, be ready and know that it's okay to, like, there's videos out right now. I love it. Couples are making these videos where they're showing themselves being what they call submissive. The woman's taking the plate to him. The guy come home from his UPS job, which is fine. He comes, sit down. She's taking his shoes off. She's got his plate for him. Then she laid his clothes out. I was like, there's nothing wrong with that.
So what
unless
happened when
he's
the woman do it for the man?
no, I'm saying like that's what I meant.
No, I mean my bad the other way. Cause I see, I'm a
Ain't nothing
barber.
wrong with that.
I'm a barber, man. I done seen dudes, women pay me for their haircut.
I don't see. I'm that
You know
type
what
of
I mean?
person.
Right.
I will if I'm being treated correctly and I feel safe and I know that you're there for me and we're there and it's just us.
Absolutely.
I'm doing everything I can think of. I'll
Wow.
clip your toenails. I'll clip your fingernails.
man.
I'll lay your
What?
clothes out.
Is that
You know
right?
that's what you should be doing.
What?
There's
Get the
nothing
organ on
wrong
this
with
part.
that.
Keep on going. What else you doing?
Ladies, you taking notes. But there's nothing
You
wrong
just
with
got
that.
a little
Organ.
I
Damn.
mean, I can keep going.
That's
I
good
can
because
keep
guys
going.
pay for women's nails all the time, right?
Yeah.
Nails, little massages, get your feet done, blah
Right.
blah blah.
So
I
let-
think it's perfectly reasonable for a woman to pay for her dude's haircut.
And there's
You know
nothing
what I'm
wrong with
saying?
that.
check
And
this
why
out.
not reciprocate? That's called
the
reciprocal.
only problem I have with them doing it is my feelings. They get a little mad at me
Why?
because when they woman paying for their cut, it's a whole text message about how she want it cut, right? But then he tell me how he want it cut, and I say you didn't pay me though.
I gotta go with what she said.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying? I'm getting the cash out from her.
You didn't pay me.
Yeah.
You didn't-
I don't care who
Slippery
man.
What you
slope
would've
right
done
there. I don't
Get
know.
a woman what she want.
Right.
It be
I
women
mean,
that walk
she
in
paid-
telling them what they
whoever
want.
gave
Shut up, for real.
Yeah.
Whoever
What?
gave me the money is like this.
My
woman
customer
want
came in the
me.
other day, shaved his head bald.
Stop
Because
it.
his woman came in and said, I want his head bald.
But he didn't contest it.
He shouldn't.
He contested a little bit,
gotta
but
go home
he
to
had
it.
no choice.
I don't know. I mean, I don't
You gotta
know
go
about
home to-
that.
Happy wife.
Submissive.
Happy wife, happy life.
Happy wife, happy life. I do agree with that.
Happy
I
wife,
mean,
happy
They
life.
had just got
agree with
married
that,
the
bro.
week before.
Yeah,
Oh,
he got
word?
his hair off.
Cut his hair off.
Is that right?
I don't know if
How
I
did he
really
look?
agreed that much.
That's
Like,
deep.
I'll pay for him, but I'm not telling him what to do. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just telling you.
Like give him one
So
hand
what
on top.
I mean,
then
and
put
then
them side-
if they agree on it, cool.
I'm just saying, if she
Hey.
paying me and she
Yeah.
got a message about how she
You
want to
paid a
cut,
cost
who
me
should I
balls.
listen
You ain't
to?
never lied. There's ain't no way.
I got
He
the
don't
money.
have
Gotta
any
look
say?
at you.
I mean, I got the
Gotta
money
look
from her.
at you, so
I
might as well
don't
go and do what your
know.
woman
That's-
wants.
I got the money from her. You ain't paid me $1.
Listen.
I'm starting to think I cut her hair.
That's a tricky
do.
one. That is tricky.
Because every time
That's
you come,
tricky.
you don't pay.
Come on,
I
man.
get a bill from this lady.
But
you
that's
tell
her.
me your
That's her.
woman.
That's her showing love because she's submissive. She was being submissive to him. He done paid all the bills. She want to give him $50 for the cut.
No, she told me how she wanted.
See now.
So I cut her how she wanted.
I can't do that, bro.
I don't know.
I can't do that, bro.
What?
I can't do
Watch
that.
this.
I can't do that.
You done did it.
Hey, J-Mac.
Who?
J-Mac.
Your wife done told you to cut that beard off. You cut that mug off.
Yeah, because I got patches.
So watch
it's
this.
different.
You done did it.
When I get a beard,
It
my
may
shit
not have
I think
beard
it's
to
dirty
that
as
level,
fuck.
but you have did it.
Hey,
Yeah,
everybody,
but I do look a little homeless.
everybody on YouTube. One day he walked in, and before he even said it, I already knew his wife wanted him to cut it. I already knew. I said, hey, she tell you got to cut it off.
Hey, man, y'all getting too
Then-
personal.
then I-
We supposed to be talking about submission.
Hey, look.
That is.
Hey,
Yes, I was.
Oh, man.
hey, And this is to women, man.
Oh, man.
When you got
She don't like
when you
my
got a
nose.
beard like you
Yeah.
got, you know what I mean? After 2 or 3 days,
I'm glad you called me the beard though.
you look dirty.
I'm glad you called it the beard though.
ain't gonna lie.
I'm glad he at least called it the beard because what I have ain't even a beard, bro.
And make it look like it's
He
a
do.
beard.
Listen. All the young barbers out there who be scared to cut hair, come to Cuddy's for a day. Come to Cuddy's for a day, because these niggas don't care about. They don't care. So and it makes your cut better. But when you cutting hair too careful, you ain't getting the right fibers out of that cut. Come to Cuddy's for 20. Come to Cuddy's 5 a.m. What's the door say? 9. Come from 9 to 9. I think you took the door sign off. But come from 9 to 9. I swear to you.
don't got
9 to 9.
These niggas is disrespectful with your head. They grab your shit like you a youth and put that mother on there. They spray the shit that burns. They old school with it. They not giving a damn about that. They'll do enhancements and all that shit. But you finna get this, nigga. You gonna get all this that's not there. You gotta go through a little pain, bro. You need the same clippers he line you up with for this shit. Okay? He don't got all that fancy ass equipment that blow you. No, come to Cuddy's, bro. They real barbers over here. You understand me?
J Mac's son said more steel than he do.
Cause Aim is a little softer with him. Me, I got hair bumps and shit. This nigga like boom, boom. I come back, I don't got no bumps no more after I leave Cuddy. This nigga cut the bumps off my shit. This is supposed to be hair. How you cut a bump off of this? Only in Cuddy's, dog. Come to Cuddy, get you a real haircut.
Hey man,
I'm telling you, bro.
appreciate the hype.
Hell yeah.
But look, I want to say I enjoyed this episode.
Yeah.
Nah, listen, and I feel like we need a part 2.
Getting hot.
We need a part 2.
We need a part 2. Jen,
So we gonna get
we
this
need a
like,
part 2, Jen.
We do have to do it because I need to go in detail.
Yeah, there's layers to this that we
We go a
touched
little bit more
on.
detail.
The's layers that we touched on that we didn't. We got to
Yeah,
dive
it was
into.
just like kind of
Yeah.
surfacey, but
We
yeah,
just hit the premise.
It needs to be some more.
all right, so hey,
Next time we going deeper.
hey, look,
Hey.
so what y'all want to get this like 30 Y'all want to get this like 30 days?
30
Y'all
days.
want to get this 30 days we meet?
We got a list coming up, or
We'll have one coming.
because we could do next week.
Oh,
no, next week's Mother's Day.
Oh, yeah, another
That's
Mother's
Mother's
Day.
Day.
We could do it the week after.
The week after.
Yeah.
Week after Mother's Day.
Yeah.
I think that's appropriate because I got questions that I really want to look up and figure out. You know, kind of what your thought process is because you
Submission
teach
part
it.
2?
Submission part 2.
All right, before you
The
go,
real
hey,
deal.
before you go, I got a quick question. So,
Okay.
so the white lady with Shannon, right? I'm trying to figure out how submissive she was because I just try to figure out how somebody tried to give you 10 million and you don't take
You
it.
ain't take it.
How you don't take a 10 piece, right? You must got some powerful stuff on somebody
Man,
to turn down a 10 piece.
you know what he's talking about, right, Jen? You know what he's talking about, Jen?
So I want to
Shannon
know.
Sharp.
Yes.
Okay.
And the young lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to know
Is that gonna be a part 2?
That gotta
That'll be in the part 2?
Yeah, that gotta be.
Maybe that ain't submission though.
What is it?
Nigga, that's just
Extortion?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's definitely not
extortion.
submission.
But
That's not submission.
she had
Another
calls already
issue.
recorded.
Right.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the furthest thing from submission. Like she had calls recorded
Oh,
already.
man.
She come out with videos and shit that he don't even know he a part of. Conversations he don't even know he a part of. I think they was doing some
Role-playing.
what do you call that?
It was role-playing.
Yeah, role playing type shit or like when she wearing the black stuff and what do you call that?
Is that why he said he's gonna choke?
Ain't this the
Is that why he said he's gonna choke?
BDSM. Huh?
That's why he said he's gonna choke?
Yes, bro. So the BDSM, that's submission too, right? Like a submissive.
That might be submission at the
Bro,
most.
listen.
I mean, technically.
Right?
Highest submission.
So when you say
That's
submission,
not
or
what I was
submissive,
talking about, but
That's what I meant earlier. What I was saying is different types, right? Because I'm like, some people like submission.
It's all in one.
Listen,
That's what you're about.
pull up
That's what you're
submission
about.
right now, bro. It'll talk about BDSM and all this other type of stuff. And you like, damn, that's submission? You talking about like biblically submission? You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like,
But she said earlier,
it's not.
that
she
shit
said
deep.
earlier that's sexual.
yeah,
No,
that's
but you know I'm coming from a
correct.
in the relationship. Let's not switch words.
I mean, some people like to get choked out.
Promoting
No doubt.
relationship.
Some people like to
Listen.
get choked out.
No, listen.
So what's wrong with that?
She said,
Nothing.
listen to the crazy.
Nothing's wrong
So
with
if you
that.
meet your girl,
But while having
If-
intercourse, choking.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, no, that's-
Because that ain't gonna kill me.
Nah, that's not a kill me.
That's not a kill me. That's
Oh,
like
no, that
just
be-
enough. You know what I mean?
I be thinking that.
Just enough.
I be thinking that.
And you don't reset when you need to reset. You know what I'm saying? You have to, I'm gonna get up. All right, got you back.
So what happened when you tell a real pimp to choke you?
that's different,
What
bro.
we ain't tell a real pimp to choke?
That's different.
I don't know.
You a hoe at that point, so it ain't got, you ain't got that type of relationship.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying?
You said kill you.
No, I didn't.
No, we ain't saying nothing about dying.
I'm talking about
about
to kill you.
Yeah,
To kill.
I'm just saying. I mean, so I'm just saying.
It ain't gonna be no blood.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, you remember what you did last night?
See,
bro?
man.
Not like that.
Hey, come on, man.
Man, hell
Bring
no.
that back that $100 like I told you.
He did this shit before. That nigga acted this shit. He had 2-3 scenarios. Wait.
You gonna get locked up.
Hey, he had 2-3 quick scenarios.
I hope it's been past 7 years,
Right,
bro.
if you choke him out, you don't need no bruises.
I don't know.
Edit that. You know what I'm
I just said.
Bleep
All
that
facts
out.
gonna take your ass to jail in this bitch.
Hey, y'all said this is all facts.
It is.
It is.
You're lying, boy.
That might be too much facts. That's a different show.
Hey, so much. We definitely gotta have you back. This is just the intro show.
Right.
All right.
Introduce you to the people.
2 weeks.
But I think Jen gonna have to be.
No, we need 30 days because I'm going to read.
Yeah, I wanna learn something.
Get a
I
little
wanna
bit, right, 'cause we got 2 topics
Right,
going on there.
yes,
Well, about
I want
3.
to read.
correct. But we all had a different perception, like, or a different take on what we wanted to go with the submission.
Correct.
And that's not fair to you. Cause you
You
like,
get
shit,
everything.
you gotta defend, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You trying to pull us all back in, but we like, no, I wanna know in my
We got
marriage.
this and this and
Yeah,
this
exactly.
and all these layers, you know.
It is a lot of layers to it though, for sure. And
Yeah.
I wish I would have been, I don't know, I guess cause
So we
I'm
like.
gonna read the Bible next
So
time. I'm gonna read the
this
Bible for 30 days.
Prior to
So
And
this
see the
time,
real type
ready.
of submission. How, you know what I'm saying?
Old Testament or the New?
I'm reading new. Old Testament out.
I ain't reading.
Old
no
Testament
Bible.
scary,
I ain't
bro.
reading no Bibles.
Yeah, what you gonna do?
I'm gonna Google it.
I'm gonna chat
Kind of like reading the
GPT.
Bible. No.
But you're not gonna get the real deal though.
So watch this.
That's what he's, bruh.
No, I'm not
Last
reading, I'm not
Proverbs.
reading that. I ain't
Man find a wife, find a good thing, all that type of stuff.
No,
When y'all was talking about,
We can start from there, yeah.
yeah.
We can, but that don't mean that.
What you talking about? You talking about? What you talking about?
When's the last time they do that?
What you talking about?
Because everybody my age has been married twice already.
Yeah, but that's
So when they
everybody.
do that,
People in the Bible had 2, 3, 4, 5 wives.
Not being able to
Yeah.
afford people.
They just got another one.
right?
Man, ain't
You know what I'm saying?
no
I
paperwork.
thought that was.
Yeah. And they had the capital back then to do
I
it.
thought a king only did that.
Yeah, if he had the capital, I think it's anybody who had the capital to take care of that. You can't have what you can't take care of.
I feel you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you a king and you can take care of 20 women,
So it ain't tricking
if you got it.
You gotta
If
have
you
Is that
got
where
it.
that came from?
Ooh.
You gotta have enough goats.
And gold.
So we're
Yeah.
heading
Yeah.
into the P word? Is that what we're all
We
talking
didn't take
about?
you. We didn't take you 5 different
So
directions.
We're, right, we're going.
Hey, matter of fact, yes, that is where we're headed for
Oh my
next
God.
week. That's where we're headed for the next week. The P word.
The P word.
Polly.
Polly. Oh,
We gotta have Louis V back on.
man, I eat Chick-fil-A all the time.
Hey man, all facts, baby.
Hey, but I wanna
Oh,
thank
shit.
everybody for coming to the Little Humble games yesterday.
man.
Hey, hosted by J Mac. That was a dope event. That was a dope event.
It was so
yesterday, and I want
amazing.
to thank everybody for coming through, showing that support.
I want to
all
thank.
the kids.
I want to thank Jenifer because I didn't know nothing about this. But I want
No.
about this semester. I want to read on this a little more.
No, I'm serious.
I wanna
No,
read.
bro, 30 days. We doing
Because
it.
when she come back,
We gonna be prepped.
You ain't never heard about the submissive
We gonna be
before?
prepped.
oh, I don't.
That's saying a
I don't
lot.
even care. But
That's
I
saying
care
a lot.
today.
Yeah.
I care today.
Yeah, you activated
I learned
now.
I learned a lot
It's
today.
important.
You activated now. He
Yeah.
activated. He wanna
He's
get.
online.
Want your woman
He's
to be
online.
submissive now?
You know what? I ain't gonna say I don't want my woman to be submissive.
You don't?
That's the only one thing I want my woman to do.
What's that?
I need that half. On the first. On first, I need that half.
See, he can't get a she ain't gonna be submissive
I
like
have more
that.
work to do.
If
Is
I
that not
can't
gonna work? Is that
find,
not gonna
It
work?
ain't
No.
gonna work,
I
bro.
only
No.
need one thing. Because if I
Ain't
can't
gonna
find
work.
that, we can't be together.
It ain't gonna work, bro.
That ain't gonna
You gotta
work.
at least pay the
That
rent
ain't
or
gonna
the
be
mortgage
that.
or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but that's
gonna-
Bird. That's
I'm
his
gonna-
list.
Watch this.
No, for sure. And I guess if you find
My
somebody
list-
He
else,
ain't got much on his list, but that's his list.
You know what my list gonna consist? You know what my list gonna consist
What-
of, right?
what is it?
All the prices of the bills.
Is it gonna be the full price or just gonna be her half?
half,
We're gonna add it up,
Oh Lord.
and then we're gonna have
50. See, look, some women might agree with that though if they've been doing it all on their own.
Watch this.
Yeah.
Watch
Because
this.
that
Check
50%
it out.
gonna sound way better
That's
than the
another
100.
sticky
gonna look good.
topic.
So
You know what I'm
the-
saying?
So the money you save, the
Yeah.
money I save,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
good. So if something happens, you should have some money on your way out.
Man.
If you leave,
No, I think if a woman had that kind of
we help each
lifestyle,
other to get it.
because you're right though, nowadays, because women are so independent, right?
Yeah.
Nowadays.
Because they have to be.
Yeah, and really, like you know, like you said, it's kind of like gender reversal almost in a way, right? But they so independent that they are paying 100% of everything in their life.
Yes.
Okay.
And so if you could get a
Say
dude,
something next episode too.
Hey, hold on,
hey,
wait.
for sure. But let's intro.
Watch this. No,
That's a
I
whole
think,
topic
intro.
in itself.
I think this topic,
You know what I mean?
this topic got so many ways to it. 'Cause check this out.
yeah.
I got a customer that woman don't want him to pay no bills neither.
Bird.
Right? Hold on.
We gotta
Watch
save
this. Let me
some
tell you
for next
something.
time.
But let me tell you what he
No,
told me.
yeah.
My dude said he had to sneak and find bills envelopes, man, so he can just sneak and pay a few because he felt bad.
Shut up, dog.
Right? So he said, man,
Who's
what?
living like that?
I got a customer, I can't reveal
What?
his name. He met a woman,
Right.
right? You know, it's crazy. You know what? I introduced him.
Wow, you should have kept that one.
Right? But it wasn't like that.
So she won't let him
The
pay
homie?
no bills. He gotta sneak and find the bill to pay it.
So
Bro, he gave that to the homie.
So
I'm keeping
after the day they met, they had been together like
I need you back.
right? They had been
I'm
together.
start hating on that nigga. Leave him.
Right, they've been together. Okay, check this out. Before we go,
And two
they've
years.
been together a year and a half after they met. Cause I was
year
with
and a
him.
half.
Right.
I knew who she was.
Right.
Right. We was at somewhere we were having some drinks, and I
Right.
sort of introduced her.
Right.
Right. She Indian stuff, so she get an Indian chick, and
Oh,
she's
okay.
like a.
Okay, you should've led with that.
You should have led with the native.
Yeah, you should've led with that.
But she's also
Now I
like,
understand.
She's also like a counselor, like not a counselor. She's like a health. She like I don't know. She do medicine stuff, but
So she getting bread.
No,
Like a
she makes
healer?
good money.
Yeah.
No, she working like she runs a whole like old folks center.
Okay.
No.
Right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
like
yeah.
a rehabilitation
Yeah,
center or something, right?
right.
She run a whole thing, right?
Right.
So when, she said, hey, well, he like, hey, I'm looking for a new apartment. I got to figure something out. I'm about to throw all my stuff in storage.
Right.
And she said, hey, we've been together a year and a half.
Let's do this.
Like, it's just me and my daughter here. You
Let's
and
check up.
your son come here.
Right.
Right?
Oh, shit. They got kids involved, too.
Right. But they married now.
Okay.
Now they married, but this
Right.
is when he first got there.
Right.
So he had to tell me, like, man, for 6 or 7 months, he's trying to pay a bill and she won't allow him.
What?
Right.
Never heard of that before.
Right. Okay, watch this.
Never heard of that before.
Okay,
But
so
hey,
God.
So check it, right?
never heard of that before.
Yeah.
So my
But
dude,
Unless.
so my dude said
I
I felt
admire
bad.
him.
She said he felt bad.
Hey, so that nigga gotta have
This shit got all the blood.
But she told him, I've been paying all of this.
Right.
I'm good. This is my routine.
Yeah, baby. When she don't want a little break, I
Hey,
can
you know
pay
what?
half.
We should probably start off the next
Okay, hold
episode
on.
with that
With that
story.
topic.
I ain't gonna lie
Okay,
to you because that's good,
Can I
but
finish? I'm gonna say I'm so sorry. Right? He told me he snuck and paid some bills one time and he got cussed out.
What?
Bird, we have to save some for
just
the
saying.
next.
For the next episode.
Nah, bro, that shit good. Let's go in on this one. Cause that's too deep. Like, look.
So he said,
Yeah.
he literally said, I called the water bill, the gas bill, the electric bill, whatever. He said, I literally put $1,000 on each one.
What?
Right.
He been saving money for all these months.
Right,
Man. Yeah,
because he said,
goddamn. He done got his taxes and everything.
He said
Like,
he felt like he
man, I'm
didn't
gonna
want
put a
to.
brand on these bills, baby. Like,
He said he felt like he didn't want to live for free.
hell no.
Right? He said that ain't how he was
Correct.
raised, right? Wasn't raised that way.
You start living for free, nigga. You start putting it on your bath towel above your nipples. Nigga ain't bald head. He got it wrapped around his shit. Like, what you talking about?
stupid.
That's the role reversal, bro. That's how she's supposed to be feeling. That's the submission she
Yeah.
talking about.
Right.
That's the role reversal, bro.
But I'm not
That's
even
deep.
comment on that.
Nigga, towel be high, leg out.
Right.
That's funny.
Man, come on, bro.
My dude go to work every day.
That's what I'm
My
saying.
dude fix diesels. He ain't broke.
He got bread.
He ain't broke at all.
But for her, so that's what I'm saying. So for her to allow that, right?
Right.
She either had a terrible past with men, and she got a submissive spirit, obviously, for her to even try to do that. But why? That's not even submissive.
No.
Correct. That's not even
And a
submissive.
lot
What she
of women
doing?
get pushed into that position of taking care of everything. Then when the man, the right one, comes
Correct.
along, it's hard to like let that go because you start doing it because of distrust and
Right.
being left to pay everything and foot the bill for everything, and now it's like a habit.
So watch this. So my dude, before he moved in,
Right.
he didn't he didn't live there first.
Right.
But you know what she told him? She said, you know why I ain't asking you to do nothing? And he said, why is that? She said, because when I first met you,
Right.
you didn't tell me my yard looked bad. You came and did my yard every week.
Okay. Okay.
You feel me? Like,
No, it's definitely not equal, but he going somewhere, and I see. So he he showed her.
Right.
He showed her things.
My dude had been married before.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, she hadn't, but my dude been married
doubt.
before. And he said, Jay Bird, I just, you know, when I see stuff, I don't have to say nothing.
Right.
It's stuff I'm supposed to do.
No doubt.
Right? I said, oh,
Yeah.
man, that make a lot of sense.
See, that makes more sense now.
Yeah.
You
Usually, I guess you could have led with that, but
You know what I mean?
he
I
right.
wasn't getting it.
Right.
Because if she's used to doing everything, it's just her and her child, her daughter.
Right.
And then this guy comes into her life as a boyfriend. Her yard is messy. He come in just clean the yard. She ain't had to ask him that,
No.
right? Probably a level of safety having him around. You know what I'm saying? She just felt like, damn, this dude is worth me paying that native fund or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it was, that extra money. Obviously, she was making money. She's getting a check. She getting a check, so she got bread.
And she ain't broke.
And he added value to her life in other ways.
My dude fixed diesel.
But she's gonna ruin that though, because obviously he has a spirit in him what he wants to do.
Okay.
He wants to
now
do.
she's not letting him do it.
Okay, so watch
He
this.
wants to pay the bills.
Now we got a whole
And
another
she's
issue.
not letting him.
That's
so
real.
the thing that got her into that moment
Yes.
that she fell in love with, she's gonna exit out because he's not gonna be able to express himself in that way. She won't let him.
That's powerful too.
Yeah, very.
That's powerful
I
too.
think after a while he'll cope with it.
I don't know. But now we're going into the masculine, feminine,
That's
blah, blah,
right.
blah. That's where we're heading
That's right.
into.
Yes.
Because now she's got to be able to trust enough and relax just a baby bit. Now she's got to trust, can he guide me properly? I don't know. That's a scary thing to be putting all that now on the guy. Can he?
Right.
Right.
We'll have
Well,
to see.
if he's somebody who's doing it off top without even being asked, I mean that's signs of a good leader, is it not?
I believe so. I don't know.
I would hope so. Because I'm
Bruh, you
gonna
right
Sounds
though.
good.
She said something so important that we definitely got to bring in a part two. The
Are
masculine
we gonna
feminine
have a part
reversal.
two? They've been going for 2
No, no, you tripping though.
I ain't gonna lie, man. It got good.
That shit got good, dog.
Y'all gotta put me
No, we gotta take this off.
for part 2.
Dang.
Take us out, Bird.
Hey, look,
Our
hey.
part 3, I don't
Check it out,
know. It
man.
seems like we did 2 parts.
Please subscribe, man. Please subscribe.
Yeah.
Hey, you can catch everybody on here. We'll be back again. We'll have all our stuff for you, but you know
Yeah.
how you can find us on All Facts.
Shout out to all the new subscribers.
All the new subscribers
Absolutely.
on YouTube. Appreciate you, man. Please share. Tell all your friends, man, that you know we try to get it.
Yeah.
And we try to do this for the community.
And also, if you got any, if you got live live-in experience, listen. If you got live-in experience with the submission life, real submission life, leave a comment, man. Like, subscribe,
Leave a
comment, all
comment.
that, man. We love y'all. All facts, baby. Yo,
I ain't gonna lie, man. I enjoyed that.
that shit could have went. Nigga, I was gonna bring it back on GP. Like, so tell me one more thing. Give me your thoughts on. Shit would have went crazy. I knew we was on long.
All night.
I knew we was on long.
Right.
We was gonna keep that shit going.
Well, yeah.
Think so?
That was good.
We was finna keep that shit
Well,
going.
I appreciate this. This was fun.
That nigga Bird brought up that damn woman, boy, doing all that shit.
You're going into a whole other topic.
No, but it's not uncommon. It really isn't when you actually
For-
think about it in general,
Right?
because that's the situation my mom and her husband.
Is that right?
She had her house, she owned her house, she had everything.
And he
before
came into that,
the
yeah.
Correct, correct.
So what do I need